People are like, why do you work so much? Like, okay, yeah, that's my vice, but what else do you want me to be doing? Do you want me to be doing drugs? Like, if I'm addicted to working and being busy, I don't think that's the worst thing.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is all about getting you up and moving. So lace up your shoes and join me. Whether you're heading outside, hopping on the treadmill, pacing around your home, or just walking in place while you watch. Let's get moving together and jump right into today's video.
Morning! I am on a 188-day streak of hitting 10,000 steps a day. If you do the math, that's every day in 2025. It's really just a mindset. Once you learn it, you can't lose it. So let's go through how we hit it.
This is the formula right here. Morning walk, 30 minutes. Daily activities, evening walk, 30 minutes, 10,000.
If you want to make this part of your lifestyle, the key to success is just starting early. If you leave it till the end of the day, it becomes so hard. So, okay, I'm on my lunch break right now, and I'm going to get my passport photo taken. So I'm walking instead of driving. Final part of the day, and I somehow pulled off 15,000 steps today. I am on a little tiny evening walk, finishing up some errands, and feeling good after such an active day outside.
I suggest that you just move a bit more, something that you can enjoy and you're not killing yourself over, and eat just a little bit less, but never starve or punish yourself, okay? That's the real secret. Give yourself grace, but try in every single meal, every single day to improve on a habit that you know specifically is making you stay in the body you have right now.
Here's a life hack they don't want you to know. Walking is the best way to burn fat, literally ever. If you don't like running, if you don't like HIIT workouts, don't do it. I think people severely underestimate the impact that walking can have on your physique. And they think that just because you're not sweating a ton, like you're not burning a ton of calories or you're not losing weight, losing fat, that is so untrue. I challenge you guys, just try to get 10K steps a day. If you're not getting that like already, try to get 5, build up to 10, and just watch the changes in your physique.
Walking is the best fat loss tool you could possibly do for weight loss. Stop running, get out of your HIIT classes, and walk. The thing about walking that makes it far superior to all the other forms of cardio is that it does not spike your appetite. You can go for a 5-7 mile walk and not really see much spike in your hunger, whereas if you go do an intense HIIT workout, like an Orange Theory class or a long run, your hunger levels are going to spike, making you want to eat more. The whole point of fat loss is to be in a calorie deficit, so if your cardio is making you so hungry to the point that you overeat over your caloric maintenance, what's the point? Do a form of cardio that keeps your appetite regulated. Walking is the best.
For all of my fellow anxious girlies, I have a tip for you. Whenever you are feeling like you are going in a downward spiral or you are feeling manic and you're overthinking, I want you to literally go outside in some vitamin D and I want you to touch grass. I am not being funny whenever I say this, but whenever you are going down this toxic cycle of self-sabotaging thoughts, if you go outside in Mother Nature and just clear your head, don't scroll on TikTok, and just sit with yourself, I promise you, you're gonna feel like a new woman. And then also I find that as an entrepreneur, I tend to solve a lot of problems as well as come up with the best creative ideas whenever I'm outside in nature. So I want you to go outside and touch some grass today. Okay, bye.
You're trying to increase your steps, here's some tips I recommend. I've been walking 10,000 steps for the past 3 weeks. I'm very consistent, haven't missed a day, so I'm gonna share what works for me. If you can break it up into 3 walks, that's probably the easiest way. If not, break it up into 2 walks. So this is what it looks like. 3 20-minute walks or 2 30-minute walks. If you're able to stay committed to that, you will hit your 10,000 steps. Now, when you are at work or if you're home, I need you to walk around if you see that you are not hitting your step count. Walk the long way to the bathroom, take the stairs, park further than you normally would to make sure you're hitting your 10,000 step goal. This is actually going to be my first walk of the day. It's been a very busy day, so I'm just going to do a full hour, and the rest of the steps I'll get it either walking my dog or walking around my house. My next goal is doing 15,000 steps.
When I first tried to lose weight, I did everything wrong. Ate too little, avoided carbs, did endless cardio, and panicked over the scale. Now, I do the opposite, and I look and feel my leanest. We're taught that HIIT cardio and running are the best fat burners because they burn the most amount of calories, but the truth is that walking works better. It burns calories without making you hungrier, which means less struggle with cravings. I also stopped obsessing over the perfect amount of food every single day. Some days I eat more, some days I eat less because our hunger isn't the same every day, and that is normal. I focus on meals that satisfy me, nourish me, and I stop before I'm full. Simple as that. No matter what the meal is, look at food as just food and stop before you are full, and I promise you, you will lose weight just from that. And then when it comes to the weight scale, I don't even stress about that because muscle is smaller than fat.
This was my body before I started walking. And here's what I look like now. So the first difference that you can clearly see is literally my waist. Walking has shrunk my waist so much, it's insane. Yeah, I may not look 200 pounds in that photo, but don't forget, I am almost 5'10", so I hold my weight a lot differently. But to start losing weight, I would literally just start walking 10,000 steps. One day I woke up and the buzzing from my Fitbit was like endorphins. And I'm like, holy shit, like it buzzes when I hit 10K steps. Okay, we're gonna do this every single day. And I did it for 6 months straight. That is how I lost 40 pounds. The pace that you do, I don't care. Just, you know, get a little bit of a glow in. And number 2, yes, your diet does have to change. Stop eating all the crap. Stop eating all the like junk food that you're freaking eating. Don't eat in the middle of the night like I used to. Go to bed at a decent time and you're gonna see so many results.
How many steps do you need to be getting in order to lose weight? I walked every single day on my journey of losing 50 pounds, so let's get into it. I'm sure you're all aware that steps is the most underrated thing for fat loss, and you should be aiming to get more steps every single day. You should be aiming to move more every single day. How many steps do you specifically need to be getting in order to lose weight? Here's the thing, there isn't one, and steps is going to look different for absolutely everybody. This random number of 10,000 steps daily has come out of somewhere, and this number is genuinely just a ballpark. You do not have to hit this number every single day. I don't know about anybody else, but whenever I heard about 10,000 steps, I would have paced up and down my bedroom at 12 o'clock at night until I got my 10,000 steps, and that is not necessary. The aim here is just to do more than what you're already doing. So if you're someone that works an office job and you spend majority of the day sitting on your arse, then getting 10,000 steps is probably not going to be ideal for you. But what you can do is get a little bit more than what you're already getting. Instead of coming home in the evenings and sitting watching TV, maybe get out for a walk. It's the little changes that make a massive difference.
You know what I can't stand about weight loss is that you have to be super consistent, and not just for like 3 months. You have to be consistent for as long as it takes, and I mean as long as it takes. For example, I used to be a skinty girl, okay? I am no more. Over the past few years, whatever, I put on like 40 pounds, blah blah blah, and I have been trying to lose weight. It has taken me 6 months, no joke, to lose like 13 pounds. And I'm still going. Like, I have another 15, maybe 20 to go. And I am still going. And I struggle with consistency. But this is like the one thing where I'm like, this is gonna be, I don't know, it's like the start to everything. If I could be consistent with this, I could be consistent with everything. So it's lock-in season, guys. Let's get it.
Okay, for the longest time, I'd wanted to be a 10,000 steps a day girly, and I would go out on my walks and come back and be like, how am I only at 5,000 steps? So if you want to be a 10,000 steps a day girl, here is the breakdown of how I do it. And I think depending on how fast you walk, but this should work. It's a lot of time. It takes work, but it helps me to break it down. Okay, so for me, it is about one 15 to 20 minute dog walk. If you don't have a dog, just 15 to 20 minute morning walk. Then it's a 1 hour walk. That's like a consistent 1 full hour walk in your neighborhood, wherever you live, etc. And then another 30-minute walk in the evening or at the end of the day. Honestly, the 1 hour and the 30-minute might do it, but I need to walk the dogs anyway. So that will usually get me between like 10 and 12,000 steps. And I know it's like so much time walking, but once you get in the habit of just like blocking those time zones out and doing those at the same time every day, it stops being such a guessing game and so hard to calculate like how you're gonna get there. One of the things I've talked about a lot and realized kind of in my like fitness and discipline journey is that consistency and doing the same thing at the same time every day really helps taking the decision making out of like, when should I get the steps in? You're walking at the same time every day. That really, really helps.
We've all been there, pushing ourselves to exhaustion, drenched in sweat, only to feel defeated. The fitness industry often screams about high-intensity, complex routines, making us feel that if it's not brutal, it's not working. But what if the real secret, the transformative power you've been searching for, was in the simplest, most overlooked movement you already do every single day? What if your 2 feet held the key to unlocking consistent, sustainable fat loss simply by walking?
So I accidentally lost 15 pounds, and I want to share with you guys how I did it. It started August 1st. I noticed it to current day. Sorry, it's kind of loud, but just for my mental health, I decided to incorporate walking into my workout. I'm at the gym 5 days a week lifting, and I never really had any fat loss with that. So I wanted to do 10,000 steps a day, and when I started doing that, y'all, all I can tell you is the weight just started falling off of me. And I'm 5'10", I was 155, and then all of a sudden I weighed myself. My clothes was fitting me. Was not fitting me anymore. I was 140 pounds. I've always wanted to be leaner, but I didn't want to lose. I didn't have really 15 pounds to lose. So for anyone out there that wants to lose weight, just start walking. And it's fun, and it's so good for your mental health. It's so good for helping you collect your thoughts and think about goals, and you're listening to music and you're just vibing. And I got this ring. I'm not even promoting it, from the TikTok shop. The app is free. And it's so good with helping me keep track of my steps. It's accurate. It keeps track of my menstrual cycle, my sleep, my steps, my heart rate, and everything. So we don't have any excuses anymore. It's that easy. Go walk.
If your goal is to lose body fat or lean out and you aren't walking every single day, you need to change that, and I'm gonna tell you why. Walking is one of the most effective forms of cardio to burn fat. Walking is walking, right? It's easy. You can do it sustainably. You can do it long term. If you are able, you can walk, right? You can walk to the store, you can walk around your development, you can walk on the treadmill, and it's not super taxing on your body. And what I mean by that is walking is very low intensity compared to other things like HIIT training, bike sprints, things like that, which are going to be higher intensity, meaning your heart rate will be at a much higher level. When you're walking, your heart rate's going to be, or it should be, at least about 50 to 70% of your max heart rate. When you put your body in the 50 to 70% of its max heart rate, that's where you're going to target fat loss without stressing your body too much, meaning you're not going to spike your cortisol levels. Cortisol is our body's stress hormone, and we need it in a certain amount, but when that cortisol gets spiked too high, coming from over-exercising, not recovering properly, it makes it very difficult for your body to target fat loss. So walking every day is very low impact, and it can be done every day rather than HIIT training or bike sprints. You don't want to be doing those things every single day, again, because it can spike your cortisol levels. When you do higher intense cardio, your body's actually going to use carbohydrates for fuel rather than tapping into your fat stores. Like I said, walking can be done every single day, and it also can be done for prolonged periods of time, right? So you can go and you can walk for 3 hours if you really wanted to, while you're not able to do a HIIT workout for more than 20 to 30 minutes, which will keep your heart rate at a steady state for a longer amount of time. Therefore, again, targeting fat loss and using your fat stores rather than your carbohydrate stores. Walking every day will also help get things moving, right? Your digestion will improve because walking, you're going to get your blood circulation flowing. Your whole body is going to improve from this. I have been walking every single day for at least 2 miles on an empty stomach, and it has completely changed the game for me. Hopefully, I have convinced you now that if you're not walking every single day, you should be doing it. It is one of the best exercises for your body.
My little weight loss tip for you. Walking is the key to fat loss. Strength training is the key to maintaining fat loss. It is seriously the #1 hack in losing weight. But the reason strength training is the key to maintaining that fat loss is because you're building muscle when you strength train. And when you're building muscle, your body requires more calories to sustain itself, and therefore you're putting yourself into a deficit easier, or you're burning more calories throughout the day just naturally. And when I say walking, I mean just getting 10K steps a day. It can be walking around your house, it can be doing a 45-minute walk and then walking around the office, but that amount of walking is going to burn the most amount of calories, but doing your strength training is going to make sure that you're keeping that weight off. You can do either of these things and lose weight, but in combination, they are seriously the trick to losing weight, and it is how I lost 42 kilos. So just remember, those steps that you're doing day to day are what are burning the most amount of calories, but your strength training sessions or your gym sessions or your Pilates session, anything you're putting muscles under tension is what's going to keep it off.
Here's where we've been subtly misled. We often focus on the immediate, isolated burn rather than the cumulative, consistent impact. Think of it like this. That 30-minute brisk walk, burning 200 calories, it's not a one-off event. It's a foundational block. If you consistently build that block into your daily or weekly routine, maybe a morning walk, a midday stroll, or an evening unwind, Those small numbers compound with astonishing speed. Let's break down the math. Not just for a day, but for a life. 5 consistent 200-calorie walks a week, that's 1,000 calories. Over a month, that's 4,000 calories. Now, considering that roughly 3,500 calories equals 1 pound of fat, you could be shedding an extra pound of fat every month by consistently walking, without ever feeling like you're on a diet or punishing your body. This isn't about rapid, unsustainable drops. It's about intelligent, stealthy fat loss that becomes part of your identity, not just a temporary challenge. It shifts your body's energy balance subtly, sustainably, and effectively.
If you don't regulate your nervous system, you will never lose weight. If you've been going to the gym regularly, you're eating on a strict diet, and you can't seem to lose weight, this video is for you, for all the ladies. We are not meant to overexhaust our bodies. It'll always backfire. You have to be gentle, you have to be kind with yourself. And that's why I emphasize walking, because it's one of those exercises where it's good movement, but it truly helps to regulate your nervous system. It's also good for your blood sugar levels. Like, there's so many benefits. This video, I'm gonna focus on regulating your nervous system, because we are basically running on adrenaline every single day, go, 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 nonstop. And it's not a natural rhythm for a woman. It's actually incredibly unhealthy. Women are not meant to be go, go, go nonstop. That's more for men. Men thrive on cortisol. Women, it destroys everything, like our hormones, our health. We're overexhausted, and we think that we're probably just not doing enough. And then we go back to the gym and we train even harder. Such a vicious cycle. I know, because I've been there. I used to go to the gym all the time, and now I see women struggling. So I'm not here selling any fitness programs or diet programs. I'm just saying, like, if you're in that place where you're training really hard and you're not seeing results, you may want to slow down a little bit, go for walks, but just be kind to yourself and trust the process. I know it's going to be hard in the beginning because you've been taught you need to go, you need to lift weights, you need to lift heavy. I'm not saying don't do that. I'm only saying that if you're doing this and you're not seeing results, maybe you need to slow down a little bit. Like, women are not supposed to be on this like crazy go, 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 go pace, okay? We need to, when your nervous system is regulated, you will shed weight, I promise, because your hunger levels will be more stable. I remember when I was going to the gym a lot, I was starving. I couldn't satisfy my appetite. And I thought, oh, my metabolism is getting faster, so therefore I need to eat more. No, and then I couldn't fit into my jeans. And honestly, I didn't like that. So if you're in the same place, just me. Like right now, I'm at my perfect weight. I'm very happy. I don't overtrain. I don't count calories. I listen to my body. I stop eating when I'm hungry. I don't eat if I'm not hungry. I try to eat very mindfully, very clean, because I want to feel good and look good. So it's honestly that simple. Plus also sleeping really well, that helps to regulate your nervous system. So if you just focus on calming down your nervous system, I promise you will see results a lot faster.
This isn't just about calories. It's about rediscovering movement that feels good, that fits seamlessly into your life, and that quietly transforms your body from the inside out. It's about empowering yourself with a tool so simple, it almost feels like cheating. Forget the pressure to perform. Embrace the freedom to move. So if you've been feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or just plain tired, I urge you to put on those shoes, step outside, and start with a 15-minute walk. Your body is ready for this gentle, yet incredibly powerful transformation. Don't just walk to lose weight. Walk to reclaim your energy, your peace, and your progress. Your journey to sustainable fat loss starts with that first step. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, take care.